So Destruction All-Stars is a free game that just launched on PlayStation 5 exclusively. So if you have PlayStation 5, it's part of the PS Plus package for this month of February. You can download it. It was going to be a launch title. That was going to be $70. I am glad they didn't do that because that would have been a terrible idea. But they released it for free. So if you have PlayStation and you have PlayStation Plus and you have PlayStation 5, go download Destruction All-Stars. It is a game in which you are basically a character. You can choose from a selection of heroes to play as, and you jump into cars, and it's kind of like Destruction Derby in some game modes. Other game modes, it's like kind of capture the point kind of situation, which also includes Destruction Derby. But you can get into cars, you can wreck other cars, you can jump out of your cars and do crazy stunts and acrobatics around the arena and achieve objectives and stuff with your friends or in a solo everybody kind of against each other kind of situation. A lot of stuff. So I'll talk about why I'm excited about this game later, but first, Austin, what did you think of Destruction All-Stars?
I didn't like it, and I tried to like it, and given I only played like 2 hours of it, maybe three
Probably.
Yeah. And I just couldn't get the control. Like, there's a flow to each game, and I feel like after a certain point in time, you should kind of understand the flow, and then you start to get better at it. And I just don't understand the flow of this. There's just too many moving pieces, and yes, the maps are designed, I think, a way for it to be random enough where it's exciting every time, but I just could not find that flow. And apparently, Brett did.
Yeah. So I think you should give it another chance. I really do, because I felt the same way the first night we played it with you. I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like, I don't know what the controls are. We played Stockpile. It's like, I don't get it. Like, there's gears. Where's the gears? I don't know what the gears even are. There's all these different things happening. And after the second time I jumped into it, I started to pay more attention to the instructions. I started to watch what other players were doing. I started to just look at the controls in the controls menu and be like, okay, let me make sure I know all my buttons. Okay, I got this button here that does this button does this button does that. And then after kind of getting that rhythm down, I played another probably 5 matches, and then I was like, this is awesome. Like, I'm really digging this gameplay. Now, it's not Rocket League. It's not as good as Rocket League, but it definitely has their sense of addiction that I can get in there and play like 5 or 6 rounds and feel very, very satisfied. I mean, I'm at the point now where I'm level 19. So I've gone up to level 19 levels since last Tuesday, and Jason, I think, is like 23 or 24 or 25, something like that. We've been leveling up a lot, and we've been like figuring out the game, and like, there was several games yesterday where we were like top of the charts on our team, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, we're finally getting the rhythm down, but I mean, it took 15, 20 games for me to like figure out what the meta is of the game.
Well, how long did it take for you to get the feel of the game?
I mean, yeah, because I didn't like the feel of it at the beginning. Like, I didn't like the fact that you're because when I was thinking of it being Destruction Derby, I was like, okay, I can drive around the field and I can crash into people no matter what and just like tear shit up. But they limit your ability to crash into people to cause damage with a cooldown timer. With you have basically, your car has 2 attacks. So you have a forward attack and you have a left or right swipe attack. And those have a cooldown for a brief period of time before you can use it again. And for me to get my head wrapped around the fact that, okay, I can't hit somebody else again until that recharges was challenging at first to like get used to. Because I just was thinking of old school Destruction Derby where I just go around I just keep crashing into people and stuff happens. But if you had that happen, I feel like I think this allows you to be more intentional with your hits and your damage dealing by make it like, setting yourself up to get just the right impact and the right hit at the right time, rather than let's just pile up in a corner with like 10 of us and just keep crashing each other until everybody blows up. So it does make you put a little bit more intentionality into the way that you play. Same when you're out of your car, you have a attack, which they call a barge. You press like square and that will like pounce at somebody. So you can use that, especially in Stockpile, when you're like collecting gears to put on top of a platform to like capture that point. You use the barge to like knock people off the point so that you can take over that point instead. So there's like some of that aspect, but you can't just like continually like smash the button to like hit them, because then it'd be like you just keep punching somebody until you both die really fast, or one of them dies faster. So there's a little bit of a slowdown there, which I at first hated, and it drove me crazy. But then as I got into it, I was like, okay, I kind of get this now. I just need to slow down and think about, not slow down because I'm driving like crazy fast, but I need to think about how I'm going to hit these cars to get the damage that I want. Not necessarily always with the intent of like, I'm going to destroy this car and blow it up, but with the fact that I want to get enough of an impactful hit that I can do the damage that I need to get the points that I want to. I mean, a hard hit gives you more points than a soft hit. So you want to make sure that whatever hit you're getting is like, bam, it's going to crush them and like take out like half their health or whatever. And that took a while to get used to.
Some of that from my end. Like, first, I think the maps are too big, especially. I was like, there's got to be a flow where you come to the middle because there's always a middle, especially during the Carnado. And so there's got to be a flow of like coming to the middle, get a few hits, go out to the end of the map. Because usually it's like, it's not really a circle. There's one that's a circle. Yeah. But it's usually like more
sometimes
of a rectangle.
Like a figure eight, it's rectangles. There's a bunch of different shapes.
So like I'd go out and I'd come back, and then I come in and I like wouldn't hit anybody. And then I'd go back out and come back in, and I still wouldn't hit anybody. And then, maybe here and there I try to hit someone, and I feel like the right, like the side to side bump would never do it right. Like I'd go for it, and I'd either do it too soon or I would completely miss altogether. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't understand. Like, I felt like it was not intuitive the way it should be. Obviously, the front charge is a lot better, and, you can help catch up to people. But I think the biggest thing was the car health. Like, obviously, some cars have less health, but they're faster, and others are beefier and are slower. I never understood the point of the slow cars because they just get, every time you hit somebody, you also take damage, and there's no way to heal. Right. So it's like by the time I would get enough points, I would either have, because you have to get a certain amount of gears in order to gain points. So after 3 gears, I think you got 5 points, and then 1 to 2, you'd only get 1 point for Carnado, and then it goes up from there. And it's like, if I want to keep my points, I kind of have to go destroy my car. So obviously there's a give and take with that play set, but I was like, there's no way to heal. My car only lasts for a little bit, and then you can call down your special vehicle for your character, and then I felt like everyone would just charge me all of a sudden, and then my car that has the most health and has a special ability too, it would get destroyed really quick. And I was like, obviously I need more time to play, right? But it's just like, even with all the health, I was getting obliterated. And I was like, there's got to be a way to charge your health. Like, and then that's the flow I want. I want to be able to find that flow where I can, come back and like I can keep my car longer than I needed to. And maybe that's just part of the gameplay, which obviously it is because they want you to change out cars and stuff. I just find that there's just like this lag time between the action, at least for me, that was stalling me having fun with this game. And obviously there's people who are just racking up so many points. And I'm just like, where is it? Like, where is the flow to this game? I just haven't found it. And so, we played like 2 hours, and I was like, I'm bored as hell. Yeah. Because I wasn't getting any action. And even when I did, just like, by the time I would like start to have a flow to that match, the game was over. And I was like, are you... Like, and I'm you look at people and you see what they do, and it's just like, I don't see anybody. Half the time I didn't see anybody, and I'm trying to find somebody. Yeah. And then either I find them and they completely destroy me, or, I do a little damage and my car is basically wrecked, so I need to find a new car. So I have to stop what I'm doing, go find the car, go back out there, do a few hits. I get hit a few times. Well, there goes that car. Let me go get a new car. It's just like, are you serious? That was my issue with it. Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple things on that like what I learned as I was getting into it is that, I mean, some games are just gonna be like that, where you're gonna have a hard time finding cars. One thing that we learned quickly was that the matchmaking on this game is kind of shitty right now. Like, it's not great. Like, I played rounds where I was like, I'm not seeing anybody. I look at the scoreboard. The other team has 3 cars and we have 6. So like, they didn't make it to be evenly distributed. So it's okay, well, that game's basically like not even worth playing. So there was those situations, and then there were situations where like the map definitely gets like heavily one-sided. I mean, Carnado, like the focus is going to be in the center. So like, give people an idea of how there's 4 different game modes right now. There's Mayhem, which is a single solo round where it's like 8 cars that just go after each other and do a bunch of damage, and whoever does the most damage by the end of the round gets the most points, or wins the round. And then there was the other one that's called something Fall. I forget the
it's like Carfall or something like that, I believe. And it's like the floor will break out from below you. So it's also solo, and you're going around the map and you're trying to like destroy each other and stuff like that. But it's basically elimination, where like whoever the last person is that's alive, either by not getting blown up by another player or by not falling through the floor, will win the game and get their points. And then you have Carnado, which is an 8 versus 8, I believe. No, 6 versus 8? No, it's 8 versus 8. Team-based match where there's a big, huge tornado in the middle, and the goal is to go and hit other cars. And when you hit those cars, you get the gears like Austin was talking about, and then there's different tiers that you get. So the first like 4 gears, and you get gears by impacting people. So there's like you get up to 5, and you have like 5 that you can turn in. You either have 1, 5, 15, 30, and I think 50 or something like that for like the numbers of what you can turn in. If you have anything in between those ranges, and you can only get whatever the lower number is to like turn into the Carnado. And then so you go get those gears, you collect it with that one car. If you get out of your car, you lose the gears. So you have to stay in your car. And then once you rack up enough, then you take it to the center, to the tornado, blow it up, and then that gives you points for your team. And then you finally have Stockpile, which is like capture the flag, where the goal of that one, which took me a while to figure this part out, is that I didn't realize that when you hit the car, like they fall out of, like you have to do a lot of damage in order for gears to come out, and then or blow up the car. And then when they fall out, you have to get out of your car, collect them, and then you have to turn them in, which you can get in a car again and then go turn them in if you want to. But I wasn't thinking about the fact that I was supposed to get out of my car, and like basically at that point I just start running around the map and like just jump around and dodge like bad guys, because you have to be out of your car to turn in the gears on the circle or whatever. So that took me a little bit to figure out what the intent was.
That's what I hate. Every time we play that, the people that were about to die would just jump out of their car and go find a new one.
Right.
So I was like, holy shit, I can't even kill this person. Like, how are they getting so many, points and stuff?
Well, there's a way too where I found that if they just get out of their car and you impact them, you can still get gears from that car because they just recently left it. So if like it's almost damaged and you blow it up, like I've had gears fall out of that car for that reason. But it is something where you have to be like on your toes to make sure you find a car, track them down, take them out, and then you don't have to kill the car. You just have to damage them enough to where it drops gears. I think it's probably like half health or something like that, where it like will eliminate, like drop the gears out. Yeah. So there's cars that I didn't kill, and then there was gears still lying out there. But
it had to be gears jump out of mine. Now we get down to pretty low health.
They may have, you just didn't catch it or something. I don't know. Like, I mean, I've had situations where I've been. It's the type of impact I think that has to happen, and that's the thing that I found was the trick in Carnado is that, I mean, you can go around just like bump people and like get like light hits and stuff like that, and slowly collect gears that way. But really, the goal is to like find somebody that's in a stockpile, like in like a situation with other people, and just like get that right shot where you line it up and just like smash the fuck out of those guys.
See,
I got 30 points from one hit by doing that. 30 gears from one. It was because I was a wreck. I did wreck them, and then I hit another car, and because I comboed those things together, I got 30 points like right off the bat.
Well, first thing I'll tell you that, at least not to my recognition.
Well, they don't.
And
yeah,
second,
so you had to play it and figure it out.
That never happened to me. I always try to hit someone, and I couldn't hit somebody.
Yeah.
Obviously, I need more time, and I probably get better for sure. But still, it's like, I feel like those are those things that need to kind of happen. You're like, oh, okay, this is what I got to do. That's what I got to do.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't happening.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was exactly this. I had the exact same thought you did that first day we played. I was like, okay, this is just, I thought I was going to like this game, and I don't really like it. But once I gave it some time to think about it and got back into it and like revisited some of the things and just played more and screwed up more often, I was like, oh, now I get it. I started spending more time like reading things, like reading what the game mode was about and trying to like figure out what like I was supposed to be doing. And then once I started getting hits that I like were a mistake, like I didn't intend to do what I did, but I was like, oh, okay. So if I hit, like if I get where I see like a group of them in there, and I go and hit somebody and then quickly like do my right attack to like go hit another car, like I can combo that, and that's going to net me more gears like right off the bat because I did a quick combo together. So that was just a surprise, like random chance thing that I did that happened to give me a lot of gears. And then at that point, it's like, fuck, now there was one point I had 30 gears, and I was like, shit, I need to turn this in like fast. So it wasn't like I'm avoiding everybody and just going straight for the Carnado to get that turned in before my car destroyed, because I had like 30 health left. And I was like, I don't want to die.
So I did that too, but I think the most I ever had was 15, and I was like, I better get back because I'm literally about to die.
Right.
And it's just one of those things like you should be able to get your health back, or like do something that allows you to get some health back. so you can stay alive just a little longer. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't like the fact that you have to change your car out, at least in my experience, like every freaking circle around the block.
Yeah. I mean,
even when you bump into the walls, like it does damage. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, you hit the wall,
I just
it does
took
damage.
off, and I already got like a fourth of my health down. I'm like, I'm useless. I'm literally useless.
It's a lot of strategy that comes into it with that stuff. I mean, it's like, you hit the wall, like it makes sense for you to have to do that. And then they want you to get out of your car a lot. I mean, that the map, and the first time I played the map, I was like, okay, this map is not designed, because they were showing you in the videos. It was like, hey, you can like, jump around and like do all these cool maneuvers and stunts and stuff like that. And I wasn't really doing a good job with that at the beginning, but now I've like found my pathways through the map to where I can start to chain like jumps together to like walk across the platforms and get through the map to like collect my the little like triangle gems, or the gem thingies or whatever to like get my boost up.
Yeah.
So I can get my special car and to get my special my bruiser or whatever it's called, because every hero has 2 attacks kind of, or 2 specials. One when you're on foot, and then one when you're in a car. So you have a hero car that'll have a hero ability, and every single one has different effects. Like one that I've been playing a lot is called Fuego, and it's like this bigger like rock star guy, and he's got this big huge old hot rod that whenever you spawn his hot rod, it's a big car for one, and then whenever you press L1, it triggers his ability, which catches your car on fire, which anytime I impact another vehicle, it will catch them on fire and start doing burn damage. So it lowers their health, and then I can chase after them and then bash them again and blow them up faster, basically.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people as him, and I always get caught in that fire, and it would eat my health away so fast. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I haven't even hit you. I just got this car. It's on fire. It's already at half health.
Yeah.
Better go find a new car. I haven't done anything. Pisses me off, man.
Yep. It's just not a fan.
I'm not a fan. It's not intuitive, and it should be.
Yeah.
And I think there are too many characters. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm impressed with all the characters they have, but for someone to get used to like I haven't found the one I want. I had to try a lot, and that's fine. Like there's not a problem with that, but it's like I don't with all those characters. There's a greater degree of meta that has to be taken into account.
Yeah.
And I think you'd want people to like earn those characters over time, which would make more sense.
Yeah.
To unlock them and make it a more even playing field, especially if you're like lower on the totem pole. But people have been playing already; they know which are the good characters. And yeah, I've been watching it, and I'm like, okay, I should probably try this character out because I keep seeing it over and over again.
I mean, that's what me and Jason started doing. Is we just started going through the list and just like, okay, start from the top left, just play each character each time, and just like see what they do. And the thing that there are a lot of flaws with just like the general usability of the game. Like for example, one thing that's really stupid is like you go into the game, your matchmaking. Sometimes the matchmaking doesn't work and it just gets stuck. So there's no way to exit. Until I found out, I read a Reddit thread that says you press R3 on your thumbstick and that'll cancel the matchmaking. Doesn't tell you that anywhere. The game doesn't communicate that. It's just like, hey, I found out that, hey, by chance I got to press R3 and it gets me out of matchmaking. And then when you're in the lobby and you're picking, like it moves so quickly to get you into a game that the only place you can see what your character can do is when you're picking your character before the start of a match. But you have like 15 seconds to do that. So you don't really have a lot of time at the beginning to read what these characters can do. Mm-hmm. And then when you go into the customize menu to customize your character, they don't let you see it there. That'd be a great place to put in, here's what all these characters can do by pressing this button. And it shows like the 2 abilities that they have, because they do have special. There's like certain characters that are really good for certain game modes. There's one character that I was playing that has a super fast car. I think her name is Hannah, and she has a super fast car. And whenever you turn on L1, it basically does like a katana blade. So when you go up to hit an enemy and you hit them with enough impact, when you have that activated, it'll slice your car in half and just like one hit kill. There's another character who like a single punch will instant kill. So like you can, if you're like in Stockpile, that's cool. Super valuable.
Yeah.
The box guy can like get on top of the Stockpile, lay out boxes, and they're like explosives. So he can like basically have an AoE like effect where he like holds that point as people are trying to like drop gears on there and just like blow them up and knock them off the platform and stuff like that because of that ability. But until you like try the character and like have time to read the instructions, like they don't allow that to happen. So there's a lot of things that they need to fix with it. But I mean, I think there's a really cool foundation here of, I mean, there's a lot of diverse characters that do a lot of different things. The once I got the hang of the gameplay, and I do think they need to have like a better tutorial system that kind of guides this stuff a bit better to like not only tell you like here's how you play, but here's like strategies that you can do. It's like now like Rocket League, for example, has strategies on like how to do the ball jump and how to like, you know, turn your car to like do different things, which are like advanced techniques.
Yeah.
But having those in there ahead of time so people can kind of get a hold of what you should do. The other thing they don't really tell you until you figure it out is that, you know, you don't have, because of the fact that your stick does your attacks, like forward attack and left and right, they don't tell you that you hold down on the stick, it lets you look behind. So if somebody's chasing you, you hold down on the stick, you can see if they're behind you and prevent yourself from dying a lot.
I think I figured that out pretty early on.
Yeah.
That's pretty general on most driving games. When you get in a car in general, I feel like they usually have that.
Well, there's a look behind, but it's not on a thumbstick. It's like, it's a weird control, or like how, like the whole way the fact that the right thumbstick is not free cam,
right,
is
that's
weird.
Yeah,
you know, that's what you're
that's
used to doing. So I keep wanting to do that instead of like doing attacks. Usually like look behind as like, you know, circle or triangle or something like that. So it's the button control, the mapping is different and odd, but I mean, I don't know. I've really gotten into what I've been playing. Like I enjoy it now, and I could see myself continuing to play this. And I've read that they have like a roadmap set up where there's gonna be more characters coming out in the future, and which is crazy. Like they already have tons of characters, but new maps and things like that. I think they're gonna add more game modes. I hope they open up Mayhem so you can party with your friends, because I think that was dumb that they didn't let you.
That's weird.
Like if we're in a party, we can't play Mayhem together without like trying to time it to get in the same mission together.
Which we got.
Which we did a couple times, yeah. So, but they should just let you party up. I mean, who cares if your friends are in there? You're trying to kill each other. So it's like, it's not like there's an advantage of any kind. So, yeah.
Mixed bag.
Yeah. But anyway, so I mean, like if you were like right now, give it a rating, like what would you give it? If you were like just, I mean, first impression.
1 out of 10?
Yeah, 1 out of 10.
Probably give it a 5.
Really? Yeah.
I'm just not digging it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's gameplay there for sure, and I think some people will find it appealing, but for me, it's just like, I don't want to pick it up.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's an issue, because I feel like if you jump into a game, you should have the inkling of wanting to pick it back up to get better at it. And at this point, like I think there's a threshold of like, I'm going to put this much time into it, and at some point I should understand this game and at least want to figure out how to get better at it because I understand it to some degree.
Yeah.
And I just don't see that.
Yeah.
There's so many other games out there. Why do I want to waste my time anymore? But yeah, the more I put into it, yes, I will get better at it.
Yeah.
But do I want to invest that time right now? I don't.
Yeah. I would. I'd recommend it. It's good. I think you can get into it. Yeah. Because I mean, like I said, I had the exact same feeling you did the first time I played it.
I just got Borderlands 3, and now these guys want to play this game.
Oh no, I want to play. Well, I've been trying to get you to play Borderlands 3 for like years, man.
A year.
Well, I guess with that said, then we should everybody should just go and play Destruction AllStars because it's awesome. And don't listen to Austin. You don't know doesn't know what he's talking about. But he'll play it again, and then he'll love it. Next podcast, he'll be like, "This is so good! Oh my gosh, it's amazing!" That's exactly how I think it will happen. So stay tuned. It's ramping up. It's exciting.
I hate you.